In the heart of America lies a land where ancient mountains rise above endless forests, where rivers carve their way through valleys, and where every small town carries a story passed down through generations. A place where the sound of music echoes through quiet streets, where traditions remain alive, and where nature still protects landscapes that have witnessed centuries of human history. This is Tennessee, a state shaped by wilderness, culture, and the unforgettable stories of the people who call it home. At first glance, Tennessee may appear like a peaceful corner of the United States. Rolling hills stretch across the countryside. Rivers flow through fertile valleys. And ancient forests cover the mountains of the east. But beneath this calm landscape lies a deeper story. A story of Native American heritage, pioneers searching for new beginnings, communities built through hardship, and a culture that helped shape the identity of an entire nation. For thousands of years, the lands of Tennessee were home to indigenous peoples who understood the environment in ways that modern society is only beginning to rediscover. They lived among the forests, rivers, and mountains, following the rhythms of nature and creating traditions deeply connected to the land. Their stories remain part of Tennessee's history, hidden within ancient landscapes and places that still carry the memory of those who came before. But Tennessee would later become a place of migration and transformation. As settlers moved westward, they crossed mountains, built communities, and created a new way of life in a challenging frontier environment. They cleared forests, followed rivers, and established towns that would eventually become the foundation of modern Tennessee. Yet life here was never easy. The mountains could isolate communities. The wilderness could be unpredictable. And survival depended on courage, cooperation, and a deep understanding of the land. Perhaps nowhere is this connection stronger than in the Great Smoky Mountains. One of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth, these forests hold millions of years of natural history and centuries of human stories. Mist moves through ancient valleys. Wildlife continues roaming beneath towering trees. And hidden paths reveal traces of the people who once built their lives among these mountains. But Tennessee is not only a land of nature. It is also one of the most important places in the history of American music. From the streets of Nashville, where countless musicians chased their dreams, to the blues heritage of Memphis, Tennessee, became a place where different sounds, cultures, and stories came together. Here, music was more than entertainment. It became a voice for generations of people expressing their struggles, hopes, and dreams. The songs created in Tennessee traveled far beyond its borders, carrying stories of love, hardship, freedom, and the human experience. But beyond the famous cities and cultural landmarks lies another Tennessee. A quieter world of small communities, family farms, winding roads, and traditions that continue despite the changing world around them. Here, people still gather around shared experiences. They protect family histories. And they maintain a connection with places that shaped their ancestors. Perhaps the greatest mystery of Tennessee is how it preserves so many different worlds at once. A place where ancient mountains meet modern cities. Where forgotten traditions survive beside new ideas. And where the past continues influencing the future. From mist-covered mountains to legendary music halls, Tennessee reveals a story about people, nature, and the powerful connection between a place and those who belong to it. But what is life really like in Tennessee? How do people live among ancient mountains, historic towns, and landscapes shaped by generations before them? And what hidden stories remain, waiting to be discovered across this remarkable American state? In this journey, we will explore Tennessee's hidden world, its people, history, culture, wilderness, and the traditions that continue defining this unique land. This is Tennessee, a land where mountains guard forgotten stories, where music carries the voices of generations, and where the spirit of America's past continues living among forests, rivers, and timeless communities. But the true spirit of Tennessee is not only found in its famous cities or legendary landscapes. It is hidden in the everyday lives of the people who have built their homes among mountains, rivers, and quiet countryside roads for generations. Because Tennessee is a place where history is not trapped inside museums. It continues living through families, traditions, and communities that still carry the memories of those who came before them. Across the eastern mountains, small towns remain surrounded by landscapes that seem untouched by time. Wooden cabins stand among forests that have witnessed centuries of change. Old roads wind through valleys, where generations of families have lived, worked, and created their own stories. For the people of these communities, the land is more than a place to live. It is a connection to their ancestors. A reminder of the struggles they overcame and the traditions they continue protecting. The mountains of Tennessee have always shaped the character of its people. Life among the Appalachian Ranges required patience and resilience. Families depended on farming, craftsmanship, and cooperation to survive in a landscape where nature could be both generous and unforgiving. The forests provided resources. The rivers connected distant communities. And the mountains created a strong sense of identity that remains alive today. But Tennessee's story is also a story of movement and transformation. Throughout history, people arrived here searching for opportunity, freedom, and a place to build a future. They brought different cultures, traditions, and experiences that slowly became part of Tennessee's unique identity. Over time, these influences created a state unlike any other in America. A place where mountain traditions, agricultural communities, and urban innovation exist side by side. But perhaps the most powerful symbol of Tennessee's culture is its music. For generations, music became the language through which people shared their stories. Songs carried memories of hardship and hope. They carried the emotions of ordinary people searching for meaning in a changing world. In Tennessee, music was born from many different voices coming together. From Appalachian mountain traditions to blues rhythms shaped along the Mississippi River, these sounds created a cultural legacy that reached far beyond the state's borders. But behind the famous stages and recording studios are countless unknown stories. Stories of musicians who practiced in small homes. Families who passed songs from one generation to another. And communities where music became a way to preserve memories that might otherwise disappear. Yet Tennessee's connection with nature remains just as important as its cultural heritage. The Great Smoky Mountains continue protecting some of the richest ecosystems in the country. Mist-covered forests hide countless species of plants and animals. Ancient trees stand as silent witnesses to centuries of change. And mountain streams continue flowing through landscapes that have inspired generations of explorers and dreamers. For many people, these mountains represent something more than natural beauty. They represent a place of belonging. A place where people return to reconnect with their roots and remember a simpler way of life. Because Tennessee's greatest story is not about one single moment in history. It is about countless generations leaving their mark on the same land. Native communities who first understood its rhythms. Pioneers who crossed mountains searching for a new beginning. And modern communities continuing to create the next chapter of this remarkable place. This is Tennessee, a land where ancient mountains preserve forgotten memories, where music carries the voices of generations, and where the connection between people and the land continues shaping a timeless American story. Tennessee, the hidden land of mountains, music, and forgotten stories. Continued Part 2. But beneath the familiar image of Tennessee lies another story, one that is quieter and more mysterious. A story hidden in forgotten roads, abandoned buildings, old mountain trails, and communities that continue preserving a way of life, slowly disappearing from the modern world. Because Tennessee is not only defined by what the world sees. It is defined by the memories that remain hidden beneath the surface. Deep within the Appalachian Mountains, countless generations have lived surrounded by forests that seem to hold the voices of the past. These mountains have witnessed the arrival of settlers, the growth of small communities, and the struggles of people trying to create a life in a demanding environment. For those who called these mountains home, survival required more than strength. It required knowledge passed down through families. Knowing which plants could be used. Understanding the changing weather. And respecting the land that provided everything they needed. This connection created a unique Appalachian culture that still exists today. A culture built around family, storytelling, music, and a strong sense of belonging. In many mountain communities, stories are more than entertainment. They are a way of preserving history. Stories of ancestors who crossed difficult landscapes. Stories of families who survived hardship. And stories of ordinary people whose lives became part of the identity of Tennessee itself. But Tennessee's history also carries moments of conflict and transformation. Like many places in America, this land experienced periods of change that reshaped communities and influenced generations that followed. The rivers, towns, and landscapes became witnesses to events that changed the direction of the state and the nation. Yet, Through every period of change, Tennessee continued rebuilding and adapting. Because the people here developed a remarkable ability to preserve their identity while moving forward. Perhaps this is what makes Tennessee different. It is a place where history does not disappear. It transforms. Old traditions find new meanings. Ancient landscapes inspire new generations. And forgotten stories continue finding their way back into the present. Beyond the mountains, Tennessee's rivers tell another chapter of its story. The Mississippi River and the waterways crossing the state have always been pathways of movement, trade, and connection. They carried goods, ideas, and cultures that helped shape the communities along their shores. Cities grew beside these waters. New opportunities appeared. And Tennessee became a place where different worlds came together. This mixture of landscapes and cultures created a state full of contrasts. Quiet mountain villages exist beside growing cities. Ancient forests stand near modern highways. Traditional lifestyles continue alongside new ideas. And perhaps the greatest mystery of Tennessee is how these different worlds continue existing together. Because Tennessee is not a place defined by one single story. It is a collection of countless stories woven together across time. The stories of mountains and rivers. The stories of music and memories. The stories of people who chose to remain connected to the land that shaped them. This is Tennessee, a hidden world where forgotten roads lead to ancient stories, where mountains protect generations of memories, and where the spirit of the past continues living within the heart of America. But beyond the famous cities and cultural landmarks lies another Tennessee. quieter world of small communities, family farms, winding roads, and traditions that continue despite the changing world around them. Here, people still gather around shared experiences. They protect family histories. And they maintain a connection with places that shaped their ancestors. Perhaps the greatest mystery of Tennessee is how it preserves so many different worlds at once. A place where ancient mountains meet modern cities. Where forgotten traditions survive beside new ideas. And where the past continues influencing the future. From mist-covered mountains to legendary music halls, Tennessee reveals a story about people, nature, and the powerful connection between a place and those who belong to it. But what is life really like in Tennessee? How do people live among ancient mountains, historic towns, and landscapes shaped by generations before them? And what hidden stories remain, waiting to be discovered across this remarkable American state? In this journey, we will explore Tennessee's hidden world, its people, history, culture, wilderness, and the traditions that continue defining this unique land. This is Tennessee, a land where mountains guard forgotten stories, where music carries the voices of generations, and where the spirit of America's past continues living among forests, rivers, and timeless communities.